Whoever invented extra high voltage was a genius. We all know that all you have to do to turn off the lights in your house is flick a switch. But it's not so easy to turn off an extra high voltage transmission line. Take this 400,000 volt transmission line, for example. When you try to disconnect this line, you'll find that even if you disconnect the connecting gates, the arc between the 2 points of connection can still be connected through the air, and the resulting heat is hot enough to melt the switch. So how do we disconnect this transmission line? Well, there's a special kind of circuit breaker that's needed. Its special feature is not just that it can cut high voltage circuits, but the way it works. It's a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, or SF6 for short. This small box is the controller of the circuit breaker. The connections are hidden in the 3 insulators above. High voltage electricity comes from the 3 circuits above and is then sent out through the circuit breaker. So if we want to cut off the circuit, we can control it here. Inside the insulators, we can see that there's a disconnecting mechanism. On top is a solid copper rod, which is held in place. Below it is a hollow copper tube that can be moved. There's also a mechanism underneath that moves the tube upwards to connect the whole line. So how do we disconnect them? In order to disconnect the high voltage line, we need to use the controller that we mentioned